What an intro. What's going on, guys? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're back at it. PGA Pub Hub, we're back. Myself, Connor, Mac. No special guest this week. We're going to just keep that to the major. So in July coming up here, a couple weeks, guys, we'll have some more special guests there. So look forward to that. But Matthew fucking Fitzpatrick, guys. He did it to us. He pulled off probably one of the best Sundays you're going to see at a course like that. 17 of 18 greens, Connor. He hit. The guy wasn't even chipping. You didn't even see him pull out the chipper and have to go left-handed chipping there. He chips left-handed, left-handed grip around the greens. But the guy's just put unbelievable on 13, guys. If you watched it, he had about a 35, 40 footer downhill, and they said if he makes it, it's going to be his day. But to make it it's not impossible, but it's very slim chances. And well, he made it, guys, and it was his day. Even that shot on 18, if you guys saw it in the chat. Unbelievable shot. I was talking to the guys backstage about 155 out, slapped that 9-iron out of the bunker, faded it around the left side of the green and had a birdie putt. So the guy earned it by all means. Shout out to Matthew Fitzpatrick. And with that being said, a little live tour action too, guys. This live stuff's just going real quick, real steady, fast as you can think, with Koepka going over now. My guy, Abraham Answer. See you later, Answer. Good knowing you. You're no longer my uncle. He's gone over to the Live Tour, Koepka. There's some talks of some other big names going over, but they just had a big thing, Connor. There's this press conference this morning, guys, for the PGA, and they're going to have this big, top 50 in the PGA are going for a $20 million purse. I believe it's next year, and there's going to be a no-cut. It's a no-cut event, so they're saying, Xander's not going anywhere if there's going to be $20 million purse in a no-cut event. He's going to be staying. So there's going to be some changes to come. The PGA is not backing down. They're seeing that the Live's throwing a lot of money out there. So they're going to start bringing up some bigger purses come next year. So golf's at absolute forefront right now. It's exciting to be tapping it here on Pub Sports Radio. And it's just, the future is bright for golf, guys. It's really exciting. Connor, you got anything on that?
Let's touch on the U.S. Open here real quick. It wasn't a great week for me. Seamus Power got me a top 20. Aaron Wise really folded for me on the weekend. I thought he could at least get a top 10 for me as well. And I had a little money on Munoz top 20. But so I lost a little bit. And I actually had to go back. I don't go back and watch much of what I say on here ever, but all that talk with Fitzpatrick, I didn't even pull the trigger on him top 10 because I didn't think there was enough value. It was like plus 275, 250. But after saying last week, and I even saw you when I watched it, you go even, I don't want him. I was giving him. I go, this is your guy. And I think this is the week. It just sucks when that it comes through. And
with his 2013 track record too, the guy won it 2013. So
yes, he did. Yeah,
really. If you didn't overthink it, and you just bet maybe one golfer, Fitzpatrick, probably was the guy. I was saying too, guys. Me watching him,
he still hadn't won though. So that was, he just hadn't won. But I liked how his game was, and I think after you said you saw him play bad on Sunday,
that's one round,
Canada.
Though, right? That's one round. I overdid it with one round. Like you saw how the guys played all year. The guy was money in the bank. So
yeah.
It's just one round, right? And he was still -3 that Sunday at the RBC. But yeah, Connor, you were spot on there. But again, we can't go back on it. Zalatoris, guys, talk about him for a little bit, eh? How about Zalatoris? The guy just keeps knocking on the damn door. Putt on 18 too. He just missed that putt. Looked good to me, Connor. He hit a putt about 25.
I thought it was good too. Very true. And he got it there. As long as he didn't leave it short.
To the right.
And it was
How didn't it go to the right? Like it looked like it was going right to the right, and it just kind of flattened out at the hole, and just heartbroken again for poor Willie. But the guy's been just unbelievable. I said to on the show, I said his first win might be a major, and Christ, he's been very close with the PGA and now second place at the U.S. Open. So he's a really good golfer. Just needs to, you know what? He just got, other times he lost it. This time, Connor, he just got beat by a unbelievable Sunday round from Matthew Fitzpatrick. So shout out to him. Let's get into the Travelers though here, buddy. Last year there was an epic 8-hole playoff here between Harris English and Kramer Hickok. Went 8 holes. It was unbelievable. English ended up winning that, but English is only going to be in his second tournament since or in 2020, coming off hip surgery. So Harris is not the same golfer he was last year. First, like I said, U.S. Open was his first start. But about this course, it's the 39th consecutive time they've played here at TBC River Highlands. It's a par 70, 6,852 yards. This is on the shorter side. I almost think maybe I could shoot under 90 here, Connor, if I pull out the best.
Hey, now
I talk a big game. I was talking to Dubsy.
Yeah, I like to see it.
Competition, but yeah, I know.
Maybe
anything, 6,800 guys. That's really shortest distance actually on the PGA Tour. So right away, you got to think there's gonna be birdies to be had. Not distance doesn't nearly matter as much. 6 of the 10 top players in the world are going to be here too. So you have a heavy field. I think this has to do with the Live Tour guys. Usually last year this time we didn't see a field like. Let me just pull it up here. Travelers. Rory McIlroy, Scotty Scheffler, Justin Thomas, Patrick Cantlay, Xander Schauffele, Sam Burns. For the Travelers, like holy geez. Usually Spieth was the favorite in this thing, and Spieth 25-1 on some books here I'm looking at. So this is a heavy field, has to do with the Live Tour. But one thing you want to note here is the past 7 champs, Connor, have came from the U.S. Open. I've played in the U.S. Open, so you got to like that, especially you're playing a much, much easier track. It's a shorter track too, but it's a parkland style, buddy. Like flat, you're not going to have nearly as much elevation on the greens. Birdies are going to be had. So coming over from the U.S. Open, I think guys are going to just probably tear this thing up. The one thing is, though, it's going to be on Poa annua greens. So you don't have many. Actually, I really like this, to be honest, because we only have about 4 tracks so far this year that have been on Poa annua. So I've really shrunk it down to guys who have put quite well on Poa annua greens and are in good form right now. So shots gained off the tee are important. Putting from Travelers in the past, Poa annua greens, 150 to 175 too. Shots gained, that distance guys approach. That's 28% of the shot distribution from last year. So that's a heavy, that range is important. The next closest was 19%. That's 125 to 150, where 150 to 175 was 28. So heavy discrepancy there. That's something I'd look at. So we'll get into those stats here soon. Hole by hole, Connor, par 4s, there's 12 of them. There's 2 par 5s, 4 par 3s. And the par 3s, 3 of the 4 play over par in the past. So the par 3s you're going to want to be able to take advantage of, along with some of the par 4s, 487, 445, 449, 461. The rest of them are like 430 and under. So a lot of birdies I think are going to be had here, but it's going to come down to a putting fest on the Poa annua, in my opinion, guys. Poa annua, these are the 4 courses there, Connor, that I've found this year that are on Poa annua, that being the Safeway, the Fortinet, beginning of the year. A lot of them over in the West Coast. Farmers Insurance, AT&T, Pebble Beach, and the Genesis. All 4 of those were on Poa annua green. So unless you want to get into something there, Connor, I'm going to dive into the
real quick. Yeah, but I think the par 3s will be difficult. These are all things to look at. Not only guys that putt well on Poa annua, like you mentioned, but some guys that are good par 3 and with their irons. Hoagie, Gooch, Aaron Wise. Some guys, look who's all playing. Sam Burns is top 10. Yeah. That's just an extra thing that I put down on a course like this. That'll come into play, and it will be lower scoring today. And I do have to say one thing. See you later, Brooks Koepka. See you later. But the problem is, real quick with the lid before you get into this, I just, the money's so much, but I just think the competition's just the shits. 3 days of golf, no cut. I mean, how much can you get enthused about that? But money talks, and we will see. There'll be more people, I think, jumping shit.
And it's in Portland, right? Portland, Oregon, I believe, next week. So they're coming.
This one, the next one. Yeah,
it's in the U.S., guys. So it will be interesting. There's going to be a lot more. I believe there'll be some different television networks picking it up. So don't quote me on that one, but I believe so.
Well, yeah, they want world ranking.
Yeah,
you can't do that. You got to have 4 rounds for that. So
they're gonna have. I
don't know how that's gonna work.
They're gonna have to go to the 72 hole, I think, eventually. Like,
I think so too.
Keep it going. I think you're gonna have to go to the 72 hole format. But let's get into some putting stats here at Poa annua greens. Leishman was number 1 at Safeway. Stallings, Pan, Cook, Todd Lipsky, and Varner were some top guys that putt quite well at the Safeway. This was a while back, but right away, guys, in golf, right when you're at it's like horses for courses, like horse racing. When you're at a certain track where you feel comfortable on, it's like it flashes back. You get flashbacks real quick. Like, look at what happened with Fitzpatrick. The guy played well here in the past. And another thing was actually Zalatoris and Scheffler guys were in that 2013 USAM. I didn't even realize that. They both actually played that course too. So right away, horses for courses is a real thing here in golf. So Leishman there. Todd Lipsky, Varner, Pan, Cook. Farmers Insurance, there's another one for you. Wyndham Clark, Piercy, M, Day, List, Sabatini, Ramey, and Neesmith. Pebble Beach, we got Lipsky again here. Hughes, Hoagie, Stalling, Schwab, Rye, Neesmith, and Bezatenhout, along with Power and Spawn. Genesis, one of the tougher ones here. You have number 1 was Maverick McNeely, Kramer Hickok, Wyndham Clark again, Danny Lee, Rory McIlroy, KH Lee, CT Pan, and Harold Varner. So those are some guys that have came up a couple times. Was Varner. He came up a couple times. Lipsky, Stalling. Some of the longer shots here on the board. None of them are going to be on my card, but some guys you maybe want to throw in some of your DFS possibly. Some of those stats I was talking about too, Connor, we were talking about actually was birdie or better on the par 3s. Number 1 was Henley. I really wanted to take Henley, guys. He was on my card, but he's actually scratched. He's not going to be in this event. I thought he was going over to the Live. When I saw that, I thought, shit, is he going to the Live? But I haven't heard anything with him going over there, but he's not playing in this. Hovland also, he's another one really good, but he's not playing in this now from what I'm seeing. Do you see any numbers here on Victor Hovland? So, if Victor Hovland is going to Live, that's going to cause fireworks if we've ever seen him here in golf. So he's not on the board, and he was here. I wrote down only guys that were going in the event. So wow, he's not in the event here, Hovland. Yeah, so that's a big one there. Don't know why they have Koepka still up there. He shouldn't be playing in this. But yeah, so with that being said, sorry, I'm all thrown off there from not seeing Hovland now. Yeah. Par 3s, birdie or better. Number 1's actually Leishman now. Leishman ranks at number 1, birdie or better, par 3s, who actually had a pretty good, I believe he had a pretty good U.S. Open there. I think he finished, had a good Sunday.
He did. Yeah, he had a good Sunday, and was third here last year. And you mentioned all those stats, the par 3. I've used him a few times this year, and I think he's gonna get going here. I'm hoping it's now. If you use it, yeah,
I think he'll be there too. Maverick McNeely again, par 3s, birdie or better. He's second best here. Tyler Duncan, Garrick Higo, who's going to be back, I believe so. I thought he was going over to the Live, but I guess not. Tom Hoagie, Keegan Bradley, and Scotty Scheffler. Shots gained 150 to 175. Here's some of the big names here. Thomas, Cantlay, Finau, Day, Leishman again, Burns, Spieth, Riley. This is another guy, Davis Riley. He's been really good, guys, but the couple events he hasn't done well at, Fortnite Championship, missed the cut, didn't gain any strokes putting. Pebble Beach, he was T49, lost strokes putting. Farmers Insurance, same putting style, lost 1.48 strokes, didn't even make the cut. So he's been doing really well. I don't want to jump off him necessarily, but I'm not huge on Davis Riley. I don't know if this is the track. Also looking at his accuracy, Connor, it's been a little iffy. Last 2 events, he hasn't gained as many. Last 3 events, sorry, he hasn't gained as many strokes off the tee. Approach has been really good, but I don't know if Ryan is going to be the recipe for Davis Riley here.
Maybe this is a weight on him real quick. Just because the accuracy, he's just off a little bit with the driver, shorter course. But I think a guy down the line that is a play on, but maybe not with these small par 70, these type courses.
Next week, I think next week's John Deere. I think next week could be the spot for him because he's putted really well on bent grass, and we're going back to bent grass next week. So Davis Riley possibly next week. Keep going here though. 150. Seamus Power again. He's came up a couple times. Kisner, Scheffler, Damon, Duncan, Mitchell, McCarthy, and Wyndham Clark. He's another guy that seems to played really good up in Toronto. I actually got to see him a couple times, and he putts really well on this style of putting surfaces on Poa annua. So Wyndham Clark, he's not in my action, Connor, but
I think he's a guy you could use top 20. Yeah, for sure. Even if you want to go bold top 10 and. Great. I mean, who names their Wyndham? How many Wyndhams have you known?
How much money do you have to name your son Wyndham?
No shit. Hello, Wyndham. But anyways, carry on.
Yeah. So Wyndham Clark, he's playing well. Did pretty good up in the Canadian Open. He likes his putting surface. So the biggest thing I think this week, it's going to come down to putting and comfortable on Poa annua greens. Really, travelers in the past, they've played here the last 39 years. So look at those stats too, guys. Putting surface stats on at travelers. Let's keep her rocking and rolling, though. I'm going to get into some of my picks here, or some guys that I was looking at. I'm going to go through just a list here for you guys. Troy Merritt, T16 at the Safeway, gain strokes putting. Also gained strokes at the Pebble, was T4. Missed the cut at the Genesis. He's not on my card, but man, Troy Merritt. I'm probably going to have him on matchup bets. More I'm looking at those stats, guys. Let's put Troy Merritt there down for, because we don't have any of the matchup bets out there. I'll put them out on my Twitter there, Eagle47_ on Wednesday. We'll have all of our matchup bet 72 hole, possibly some first round matchup bets as well. But Troy Merritt, shots gained off the tee, he's 86, 150 to 175, 125. Birdie or better par fours, he's 158. That's the only stat that's kind of going against him, but he's third in par threes, birdie or better, Troy Merritt. So don't think he's going to do that bad. He just isn't. I don't think he's going to win necessarily here, but not a bad golfer here at this course. Scott Stallings, another guy. His putter, he putts well here, but I just don't think his form's there. He's missed the cut. He had a T4, then missed the cut again. It's up in the air. I'm kind of giving you guys that made my list, that were on my list that didn't make it, but I think somewhat of a decent shot, right?
I like it for like a top 20. He's played well here, and he's kind of a hit and miss guy, but he's a guy that I had written down.
Yeah, Scotty Stallings. I don't know what to do with Scotty, but I'm gonna leave him off here. A guy I'm gonna play though, did really well at the U.S. Open, Connor. That's fellow Irishman, not Rory McIlroy, not Shane Lowry, who's not in this event, but Seamus Power. Seamus Power here, guys, had a really strong. Let me just pull up his stats here really quickly. Had a really strong U.S. Open, even though kind of just sneaky, steady Seamus Power here. 12th at the U.S. Open, 9th at the PGA, T17 at the AT&T. He's knocking on the door, gaining strokes all over the place, putting along with off the tee. But right away, guys, we want to look at putting at those four courses I talked about: Safeway, Farmers, Pebble, Genesis. Seamus Power was T9 this year, Connor, at the Pebble, gained 1.87 strokes. He missed the cut at the Genesis, but he was plus 0.8 strokes on the putting surfaces. He's at a T9, a T17, and then a T12 last week. I'm going to rock and roll with Seamus Power here, guys. I think his putter, if it could just stay hot enough, he should be right there. We got his number at, let me just pull it up here, 48 to 1 right now. These are all current numbers, guys. I saw better numbers on Monday, but we're a little busy there. That's why we're shooting here today on Tuesday. 48 to 1, Seamus Power. 55 to 1 first round leader on Seamus. And we also have him top 10 plus 500 and top 20 plus 210 on Seamus Power. I think he's going to be right there. Similar to Fitzpatrick, you want to see guys that are in good form. Usually, for the most part, golfers that are in good form are the ones that are going to, will lift that trophy. Let's move on to another one here, though, buddy. Mito Pereira. Mito Pereira here, guys. I think he's going to be right there. Not many people are talking about him. He had a third at the Safeway, T25 at the Farmers, missed the cut at the Pebble, Connor, but gained 2.46 strokes on that putting surface. He loves it. And then he was T15 at the Genesis. This guy's checking all the boxes for me right now, Mito Pereira. Looking at what Mito does here on 150 to shots gained off the tee for Mito Pereira. He's 21st. 94th, 150 to 175, 43rd on par fours, 179 on par threes. That's the only stat going against him, Connor, or the par three, his par three birdie or better. But Mito Pereira could be his breakthrough win. We have him at, I believe, what was it here, guys? 60.
Damn.
Or is he? No, 50. Sorry, he was 60 at one point. 50 to 1. Outright 55, first round leader, plus 500. If we get one of these guys in the top 10, you're going to make your money back, or if not a little more, from all these guys. You get two, you're laughing. Plus 500 Mito, plus 230 top 20. Really like Mito Pereira. Hasn't had any course history at this track, but I think he's in fine form and loves the Poana greens. Don't be surprised if he's right there. Some other golfers I'll go really quickly over. Bezuidenhout, interesting. Has played well at the Pebble, T14. Didn't make my card, though. Aaron Rye, Mackenzie Hughes, Wyndham Clark we talked about. Here's the guy that is, Mark Leishman. We talked about Mark. I got to have him on the card. He's checked too many boxes here. Mark Leishman, he's 96th off the tee. Could be a little bit better, but 150 to 175 key range. He's 38th in the PGA, 54th par 4. Birdie or better, than 7th in par threes and the whole PGA. That's really good stats I'm liking to see from Mark Leishman. Looking at what he's done at this course too, he was third, as Connor said, T58, T21, and T17. He likes the track. He's playing good golf. Let's rock with Mark Leishman here. 59-1. Shop around, Connor. I found a 59-1, 66-1 first round leader, plus 500 top 10, plus 230 top 20.
Nice.
Next one here is going to be Sung J M. He's on the card for sure. I can't shy away from Sung J. At Farmers had a T6 plus 1.49 strokes on the putting surfaces. Genesis T33 plus 0.82. He's had a T10, T15, T14 in his last few events here. Didn't do too well at the U.S. Open. I don't mind that. I like that he's got a little bit of rest now, Connor, to be honest. What do you think of Sung J?
Yeah. Well, I had him just last week, but I think he's gonna. I thought he could play well. All the stats matched up pretty good for him, but I think he's better in like a birdie fest type course. And then if he gets rolling like on these Planet Greens, yeah. So I do like to play a little bit because he's just one of those streaky guys. When he can get rolling, low scores can be shot, and he can win.
I love it, exactly. And if you look at the Farmers Insurance, he was T6, he gained 1.49 strokes putting. Following week on Poena, again, T33, gained strokes putting again. So I really like Siwoo Kim, Sung J M. I'm going to get to Siwoo Kim in a bit. I made a late addition to him. Sung J M, I think he's going to be right there, guys. We got him at, what is his number? Oh, going over his stats quickly. Shots gained off the tee, 12th, 150 to 175, 129th. Par 4 birdie or better, he's 19th. Par 3, 149. Couple stats could be a little bit better, but his form, similar to like I've been talking about with Fitzpatrick and all these guys, you want to see golfers in good form, and Sung J M's got a lot of green all over the place and a lot of top 10 or a lot of top 20s that I can see. Next on the card here, Brandon Todd. He's not on the card, sorry. Could do well here. Didn't make it though. Chad Ramey, didn't like him. Denny McCarthy, he did really well at the U.S. Open. Not sure what to think of him. He did make the card, but could be. I'm going to write him down actually for matchup bets. I think him and Troy Merritt could be an addition here for matchup bets, guys. Just playing good golf. Not deep off the tee, but he's all about just putting. And his putting stats at the Pebble Beach, he was T12, so I do like that. Long shot here. Here's my longest shot, Connor. Austin Smotherman. The Smotherman, he was T11. What's that?
I said, K? What? What's his name?
Austin Smotherman. Smothers. No, Smotherman. Yeah, this guy, Austin Smotherman. He was T11. Yeah, here's a bomb for you. T11 at the Farmers Insurance, gained 0.48 strokes. I like that, to be honest. He was T11 and didn't gain as many strokes. If he just gets that putter going a little bit more, he could have been fucking right there. Looking at what he did at the Pebble, he was T33, gained 1.04 strokes. He likes putting on the surface. He's been T44, T63, T25 in his last few events. He's been making the cut. I have him in a little top 40. Austin Smotherman, and that's plus 225. You still get a nice plus 225 on Austin Smotherman, and I'm going to take him at a nice 150 to 1 first round leader. What's going on, Dabby Cab? Shout out to Dabby Cab and all the OGs here at Pub Sports Radio. Just going over some bombs here. A little Austin Smotherman. Shout out to the Smotherman. He's got 27th off the tee shots gained, 44th, 150 to 175, and 61st par 3 birdie or better. Smotherman low key here at 151 first round leader. If we hit this, that's one for the ages. But I think the top 40 could very well get in there, Connor, plus 225.
Right.
Couple more golfers here. We're almost done here. Maverick McNeely, he is going to be on the card. He came up a lot here, guys, on our stats. Par 3 birdie or better. Genesis, he was number 1 in putting, like second place at the Safeway as well. T30 at the Farmers, T33 at Pebble. This is when you want to back Maverick McNeely on Poena Greens. Now it's going to be over in the East Coast, but the only thing would be his form's a little iffy. He's missed the cut T75, T32, but I'm going to trust the fact that he's comfortable when he's on kind of smaller Poena Greens. And his number, I got it at 110 to 1. I shopped around. First, I saw 90 on my other book, had 110. So a little flyer too here, guys, on Maverick McNeely. 54th off the tee shots gained, 8th par 3 birdie or better, 78th par 4 birdies, and 177th. Sorry, a lot of numbers, from 150 to 175. We have one more here on the card. I'm going to get to him right now, right after we go over Joel Damon. He's not going to be on my card, but I don't mind him in matchup bets, to be honest, guys. He's been playing really well. Just needs to gain a little bit more strokes on the Poana. That's why I didn't play him, because he just doesn't seem to put well on Poana. We'll see what happens this week, but he didn't make the card. Last one on the card is going to be Jason Day. I believe Dubsy brought up Jason Day a while back, and you know what? I think this could be the time to back him on Poana. Smaller course too for the guy. He was T3 at the Farmers, gained 1.35 strokes this year. T24 at Pebble, gained 0.57. I don't mind a little Jason Day long shot here. Looking at his numbers, he's 59th from 150 to 175, 66th par 4 birdie or better, and par 3 birdie or better. He's 54th, so he's cracks the top 100 in a lot of those stats.
He's played well in the past. Sure.
You know what? Maybe this could be the one. Yeah, in the past, T10, T46, T8, T12. I'm going to take a shot. I don't usually bet Jason Day, but 75 to 1 outright on Day and 70 to 1 first round leader. I also have, Maverick McNeely, guys, top 10 plus 800, top 20 plus 350, and Jason Day, top 10 plus 650, top 20 plus 280. I'll go over the picture really quickly. One other golfer I want to get to is Siwoo Kim. He's another golfer that does really well on smaller courses, Poana greens, a lot. He doesn't got to overdo anything. He's a guy I'm going to be playing first round leader. We have 8 first round leaders now, 75 to 1, and a top 20, Connor, plus 350 on Siwoo Kim.
Excellent work, brother. You want to answer this question here from our guy?
A couple questions here before I go. What's going on there, Ryan? How do you feel about Spieth or Wise winning outright? Well, let me just bring him up here. Right top of my head, Spieth. Yeah, I do think Spieth's his number is good. I do like his number and some matchup bets there. Shop around, look at some matchup bets. Check me out on Twitter there, Ryan. I'm gonna have some. I'll probably be betting on Spieth, to be honest. Shorter track, as we all know, at the Travelers. Aaron Wise. Now I want to just a big stat here, Ryan, that I like looking at is the Poana. So you want to look at courses like we were going over, Safeway, Farmers Insurance, Pebble, and Genesis. Farmers, Aaron Wise didn't make the cut, but he did gain some strokes there. T67 at the Genesis lost some strokes, so not sure what to think. He's playing good golf right now. Don't want to talk
for the weekend.
Yeah, sure. He had a bit of a tough Sunday. I don't want to talk you off him. I talked people off Fitzpatrick last week, and you know how that worked out. So he's not going to make my card there, Wise, but I don't mind him. I think Spieth, though, I like that Spieth play better than Wise probably this week.
Yeah,
you got any,
me too.
Connor? I'm going to go over my picks really quickly. Then I'm going to hop out, and Connor's going to close out the show for us.
Do your thing, man.
All right, let's rock and roll here, guys. We're doing a little 6-pack action. Travelers Championship here, where it's a championship, surprisingly. Mark Leishman, he's 59 to 1, 66 to 1 first round leader, top 10 plus 500, top 20 plus 230. Seamus Power, he's 48 to 1, 55 to 1 first round leader, plus 500, top 10, top 20 plus 210. Sung JM. I keep saying Siwoo. Sung JM, 30 to 1. This is a bit of our chalk. Plus 30 to 1 outright, 45 to 1 first round leader, plus 333 top 10. Shop around for that one, and plus 162 top 20. Maverick McNeely, here's a bit of our bomb on the card here, 110 to 1, plus 800 top 10. So there's a one. If we catch that one, we're laughing. Top 20s plus 350, first round leaders 75 to 1. Mito Pereira, guys, 50 to 1 outright, 55 to 1 first round leader, plus 500 top 10. Plus 230 top 20. Jason Day is the last one on our card, 75 to 1 outright, 70 to 1 first round leader, plus 650 top 10, plus 280 top 20. And then we got the Smotherman along with Siwoo Kim, 75 to 1 Siwoo Kim, Austin Smotherman, 151 first round leader. Check me out on Twitter, guys. Ego47. That's the picks for the week. Connor's going to close it out here. We'll be back next week for the John Deere. If it ain't a deer, she don't run, boys. We'll catch you next week.
There he is. Gogster, later, my guy.
Hey, boys.
Peace. All right, let's get to the end of this shizzo here today. I don't have top 10 stuff pulled up, but I'm going to rip off who I like here. I do like Jordan Spieth. He probably will make my list. I put him in last night. Really late, I heard he was a go. He had that sickness, and he played all right at the U.S. Open, but I think the price is too good here. And he's played well here in the past. So I like him. I didn't mind him and Leishman. You talked about him third here. I'm going to rip through my guys quickly and we'll bounce out of here. I don't know if you want to add anything here at the end, Big Show. Kevin Kisner, I think this guy's a top 10. He's 115 to 1. He had a 5th last year and a 15th 2019. I think it'll be a great play, top 10, top 20. Like one guy we talk about, Brooks Koepka dipped, was Abraham Answer. This was a guy I wanted to play this week. 5th, 11th, 18 the last 3 years, but see ya. He's on the Live Tour as well. So I think he's 20th in the world. So they got 8 top 50 guys now over on that tour, building some momentum. I had Scott Stallings written down, Streelman, all these guys. Stallings is 201, 141. These are top 20s I'll probably use. Damon, 66 to 1. Brendan Steele has a great record here. He's 65 to 1. I think he'd be a great play as well. I had Siwoo Kim and Putnam as kind of my last plays. And I mentioned it, I played Wise this week. He had a horrible weekend. He's been playing so well. And it's all about the flat stick on the Poana greens. His irons have been great, and he's a great par 3 player like we talked about. These par 3s, you want to nail it here on them. So maybe a guy to look at. I don't know if he can win it, but maybe this week he'll get that top 10. So that is it for me. Anything else, Big Show? Or are you not there? You good?
I'm just getting back from Texas. I haven't looked at anything yet, so maybe.
Yeah, I couldn't even pull up top 10s for some reason. I was trying to scramble late to grab it for you guys, but I'll play top 10s and 20s on these guys, the numbers. I just only had their winning number, but I'll put it out on Twitter tomorrow. That is it. We will be back with prize picks tomorrow. Got to get rolling there. And let's have a better week here. Other than Seamus Power, he really saved it for me. I already got my ass waxed. So hopefully we have a better week. We will see you soon. See you next week. We're out of here, baby. We be pumping! Peace.